All right, guys, good morning to you once again. Today is the 2nd of June, 2026. Crazy Global Market Talk with KEL. Crazy anytime, anywhere. All right, guys, good morning once again. Today is a second day of the trading month. Yesterday, we have a very crazy movement. Today, gold is moving up and down like crazy. And usually when this happens, that means that something big is going to happen in the later part of today or tomorrow latest. All right, so watch out for what I'm going to share with you on gold shortly. All right, but before that, disclaimer apply as usual. Please do your risk management every day before you enter any form of trading. All right, so with that done, let's look at the fundamentals. Now, what is Donald Trump saying? Now, Donald Trump tells CNBC, I don't care if Iran negotiations are over. So apparently now our Donald Trump is doing things like what he used to do, just don't care. All right, I was just reading an article from Facebook and what he did yesterday. Oh my God. Within 5 hours, Donald Trump just ranted on everybody, especially on Biden. I mean, why do a president, a US president, need to do this? Now, I cannot confirm that he did it, right? Because it's not mainstream media, but it's a collection by this some people. So if you're interested, you can go to my Facebook, right? Go to my own Facebook. It's actually there itself. So, I mean, seriously, oh my God, okay? Now, I hope that he is mentally okay because being a president, I just felt that whatever he's doing now is really crazy. All right, so Iran stopped talk with US, vow to block Strait of Hormuz, say the state of media. Oh gosh, okay. So again, not too sure what is what now. One moment they are talking, one moment they're not talking, one moment they are on opening up the Strait of Hormuz, one moment they are not doing it. Oh my goodness. It's absolutely crazy. And I think that is why, we just have to follow the OP route, okay? All right, that is the most important thing. And of course, Alphabet plan to raise $80 billion from stock sales, all right, to fund AI again. And of course, Citibank turned bullish on copper with a forecast of 15,000 dollars per ton within a year. Wow, okay. And of course, the Japanese yield, I told you before, is now at the highest level in the 40 years. The budget, the red flag has made the market very nervous. And of course, undeniable, the stock market now has did something eerily similar to the dot-com bubble top in 2000, very similar. All right, so whether it is that the market is peaking or the market is going to crash or the market is going to go up, end of the day, just follow the OP rule. I think that will be the most important rule that you need to follow as of now, okay? All right, next thing to watch out for today is that you can see the Fed Fund, the next FOMC meeting. The next FOMC meeting will be a big one. That's the first time Kevin Walsh will be chairing it, and everybody will be watching what he need or will see saying. Now, I based on this thing here, I give you an idea here. Now, it's almost very difficult for the incoming new chairman to have a good show based on what the last chairman did. Example, right? The transition, right? So now the thing is this, we have a very strong, pretty good Jerome Powell just left. So Kevin Walsh comes in. So now Kevin Walsh have a big shoe to fill. So which means that Kevin Walsh have to really be very strong and position himself very well for his new colleagues. Yeah. So of course, during the journalist so-called aftermath, that's where the journalists will go for him. And if he failed to give the type of feel that what Jerome Powell did, the market will sell. So that's why 15 days from today, that will be the FOMC meeting. Now, one thing to also take note of, okay, just a minute, let me just off my QQ. I think that's sort of sound coming in. Apology on that. Yeah, running a lot of social media at the same time. Oh gosh. Okay, just give me, I'm gonna turn off this. Okay, all right. Sorry. And then this, we all know that SpaceX is going to come out as IPO before that. Okay. Yes, indeed, multitasking. Yeah, no choice. Everybody is so busy nowadays. Everybody is doing a lot of things. Yeah, just let me change the setting away. Okay, setting sound. One thing that is in Chinese, so it's not that easy to maneuver around. All right, thank you very much. Yeah. I indeed multitasking. I have so many group chat at the same time. last thing. Luckily, I got Disha to help me on the site. Okay, all right. Today, I can see the China site is very active today. Not too sure why. Suddenly so active. Okay, done. All right. So the thing is this right now, as I was saying that this is we have this SpaceX coming in, and then after that we have this Fed. So SpaceX, as I told you guys on Sunday, if you have watched it, Sunday basically tells you that the market is now buying a lot ahead of SpaceX IPO. Now it could be open and it shoot up, right? But at the same time, if it opens and come down instead, the market will freak out. So that's why I think we need to be very careful. But you look carefully now, you can see what's happening. The current rate now is 3.5, 3.75, and you can see 98.4% is looking at a stay of rate, and only a 1.6% talking about a rate cut. Now, previously, last week, I think it was a bit different. Last week, it was still the same, but there was expectation of a rate hike, but now doesn't have, right? Because we can see right now there is some money pumping into the economy. So that is why that seems that they want a rate cut instead. So again, but the majority is expecting the rate to stay firm. I think it will stay firm in the 15 days to come. The market just don't want to have any more surprises. And of course, you can see a very interesting thing is that, but in July, the market expect a rate hike. Oh my God, this is interesting. Now, why would the market expect a rate hike in July and not June? Now, because exactly is that inflation. The market now is pricing that inflation will be going up in July. Hence, therefore, the market believes that it's time to do something to this. Now, oil has been staying at this 90 plus region for quite a while. And of course, if Strait of Hormuz doesn't get it resolved in a 60 days period again, then obviously that will be in July. So that means that the market is betting that there could be no resolvement of the Strait of Hormuz. That is the reason why the rate hike number went up to 8.4%. It was much lower the last week I saw this, right? And of course, if you look carefully for the next following month, 16 September, you can see it's even crazier. Yes, in fact, if they price in here, there's only 75.6% is expecting the rate to stay, but there's 21.8% and 1.4% expect a rate hike towards the end of the year. Now, this is crazy. I mean, think about this. Why would the market expect a rate hike towards the end of the year? Exactly, inflation. So this is why I'm kind of confident to tell you that I believe that my forecast for June and July, there will be a pullback of a magnitude. All right, it's not a crash. It's just a pullback with magnitude. Okay, so think about this. Watch the Sunday replay. Yeah, it's actually available somewhere. Let me just let back to your when I can find it. Okay, last one. It will be the investing side. Now let's look at today's data. Now today's data, what do you have? Let me take a look. Now today we have the GOLTS job opening, expecting the jobs to be flat in terms of numbers, but it's lower than the high point. Now tomorrow we have the ADP. Yes, tomorrow we have the ADP, which is a big one. And then after that, we're followed by the ISM manufacturing data. And of course, the crude oil inventories is expected to be negative again. Now, do note the inventories have been negative for quite a while. Yeah, let me just show you the chart. Just give me a moment. Now, obviously, without the Strait of Hormuz, it's going to be very, very difficult to expect this to happen. Yeah. Okay, so let's just bring it in. Oh, they don't have the data previously. Oh, yes, you go. You can see now what's happening on this is the longest drop ever. The last time we saw was July, but that was due to the OPEC. So the thing is this, you can see right now that the market is now, the oil supply is actually undermining the demand. And this is essentially something to watch out for. So traders, please watch out for this. And this is not a good sign overall. All right, then we need to watch out for that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is going to break the market if you ask me. Okay. All right. So watch out for that. And of course, if tomorrow we have ADP, definitely this week we have the NFP, right? Let's take a look. So after on Thursday, we have the initial jobless claim. And then on Friday, we have the non-farm payroll. And non-farm payroll is expecting to be slightly lower than expectation. Yeah. So the thing is this right now, this is going to be here. If the unemployment rate is to go up to 4.4%, this is going to bet. This is not going to help the market, yeah, because we do know a lot of jobs are being lost because of the AI coming into the market. So all traders, please watch out for this. This is something that you need to watch out for this week. All right, go slow if you ask me. Okay, go slow. All right, so that will be the fundamental for us to take note for today. Let's now go back to the technical side, which you are now watching, waiting for, right? Okay, let's go. Okay, wait up. It's not switching in as usual. Let's want to hang on for a while. Okay, just wait for my MT4 to pop up on the screen. What can I do? All right, my internet is good. Yeah, just that it's not coming in. Now, this morning when I was doing for China market, it was quite okay. All right, so now not too sure why is it not coming in. Just hang on for a while. Okay. Well, things will happen. What can I do? Okay. All right. It's just not popping in as what we want it to happen. Let me just stop my sharing first. Usually it will work for a while. Okay, just hang on. Okay, still not moving. Seemingly hang. All right, just hang on. If really cannot, then there's another way to do that. Just give me a minute. Now, one thing about human versus AI is that human will find another way to resolve problem, yeah? So if this way cannot, then I use the other way. All right, guys, this is the crazy.com and this is our chart. All right, you can see that, okay? Never mind. So since that we have problems seeing the MT4 version because of the probably MT4 has a very big problem with Zoom. I tell you that very big issue. So never mind. We can use this to take a look. It may not have everything there, but it's good enough for our analysis. For we don't need to wait. Yeah. Okay. So let's just look at crazy.com, our charting tool. All right. It may not be as beautiful as our MT4, but it's okay. I think it's good enough. All right, so let's just take a look and see what can we work out from there, yeah? Okay, so where's my annotate? Okay, hold on. Okay, so you can see from my chart, right? Okay, so this is the crazy.com chart because we are having problem with MT4, but it's okay. Now, today's OP, as you can see, is here right now, and it's trading below OP coming down, right? As you can see, live is coming down at the moment. Today, we can see we have a CCYR on the day chart, and of course, there is a KCL. If you look at your own desktop version, you see your KCL. 44, so let me just double check the price. It should be 44, hold on, 4484, yeah. So which means that now it's trading below the KCL level and it's coming down. The KSI is red, the KCX is blue. So that also gives you a lot of selling reason. Okay, right? You can see my chart right now, right? Okay, so the thing is this, personally, I feel that gold is going to trade down. Okay, personally, trade down. Now, why is that so? Let me just bring you to the 5-minute chart and you can understand this. All right. Now, this is the 5-minute chart. So what you see, guys, on the 5-minute chart is that this morning the market is grinding up and down, up and down, up and down, and lost 2 times. As expected. Yeah, what to do? All right. The thing is this: do you notice that the market can't even go to KTR +1? This is a very detrimenting point. The market can't even go to KTR +1. Cannot go there. So since the market cannot go to KTR +1, that means the market is kind of bearish right now. So there is a very, very high chance that we will see gold coming down to KTR -1 later. Okay, guys. So it's a very live trade. You can see right now, I believe that gold is going to go down to KTR -1. Okay, I'm telling you live right now here. And you can see that a lot of people now is texting me on the site, asking me, Kel, are you looking at KTR -1? And I told them, yes, of course, I'm looking at that. Okay, so that is the reason why we are selling. Now, of course, always I hear this is that, Kel, but the KCX now is turning green. What should we do? Now, KCX turning green is very normal, but remember, KCX, you do not bother about it when it's below OP. I say this many times, it's on the notes. We talked about this before, right? Do not bother about the KCX when it's below OP. Only when it's above OP, the KCX, for buying is pretty accurate. Okay, guys, so hopefully you get me some money from here, yeah? Okay, so let's just move to the next market, Bitcoin. Now, yesterday on Bitcoin, I was calling for sell already on Bitcoin yesterday. Right, remember? Yes. So yesterday, a lot of people text me on Bitcoin and congratulated me and said, Kel, how did you know that the Bitcoin is going to come down when the whole world is buying? I already told you guys, I'm a big believer of what I see, the coloration. And of course, the K trend tells me it's a sell. And of course, when everybody is buying, it's very easy to trade. That means that if everybody's buying and there's a big KCB here, it's very normal for the market to come down. That's how the big boys make money. And you need to follow the big boys. So today, Bitcoin is coming down at the moment. I think Bitcoin today may test the 70,000 mark. Okay. I have a very good feeling that Bitcoin will test the 70,000 mark in the near term. Now it's at 70,800 series. I think it will go towards that. Now, I know some of the crypto family, they are calling for buying Bitcoin over the last few days, and now they are caught. So why? Because they thought that the whales are buying in. I don't think the whales are buying, in my opinion, because you can see that the whales are moving the funds out and putting in exchange. And why do the whales want to put in exchange? Is because they want to sell it off to the market. And the thing is this, I told you before, when I warned you somewhere around here, at 77,000, I warn you guys that there are big boys dumping Bitcoin because they have decided that enough is enough. They thought that initially the hedge funds sold to them the idea that having Bitcoin is a very good hedging instrument, but it didn't seem to work. So that's why now the market just turned around to sell. Okay, so I leave it to you to decide. Everything is about yourself. You do your own trading, and I leave it there. Now, next market that I'm watching now will be the crude oil. Now, basically, I'm a fan of crude oil because I think that crude oil will go up, but I didn't buy big. The only reason is because you can see the KSI is all the way red and the market candles are all the way red. So I couldn't be buying big. But that's one thing that I want you to take note is the gap here itself. This is a very big gap. So I think that if there's going to be one chance where the candle turns yellow or the KSI turns green, I will be buying into it. Now, why is that so? Because of the KCX, the white. So you look at the chart, you make it smaller, all right? You can see that, okay, the day chart for our this version, the day chart is quite limited on the KCX, but you can see the KCX is there. So we need for the color to do a CCRY, okay? Now, why the day chart is limited? Because we recently just input the day chart into the system. So that is why you do expect that the data is not fully complete. Yeah, it's something that we can work on it later, but not now. It will cause a lot of, it may cause the entire thing to stop. So we may do it over the weekend if necessary. Okay, so crude oil, until we see it turn yellow, if not, nothing yet. To short itself, right, I think for time being now, it's not very advisable because of what is happening now in Iran. Okay. All right. Then the last one is the US Dow Jones. Now, this morning, I've been selling the Dow Jones. Yes. This morning, when the Dow Jones opened and I've been selling the Dow and I added sell here. I just added sell here again. Why? This is K trend. This is absolute K trend. All right. Beautiful K trend whereby the yellow getting lower. Can you see that? The yellow getting lower. Yeah. So there's a very high chance that the Dow Jones will be able to trade lower down to here, KCB at 50692. Okay. So I think that there's a very high chance we can see this happening. Right. The market going down all the way. right? The market going down all the way to KCB 50692. I don't think it will happen immediately. It will take probably until the evening session, but I think that is possible. Okay, guys. So the thing is this, what is the reason you're asking me? Because the day chart tells me that the day chart today, if you look carefully on the day chart today, it's a very clear classic sell signal where the market OP versus the pivot 2. The OP is below pivot 2. So below OP, below pivot 2 is always a sell. Okay. But because the KSI is green, I sell small. That's why I also aim at the KCB. Now, if you notice, if the market break below the KCB, the next drop will be quite big, and that's all the way to MA30. And I kind of feel that the market will go there in the later part. Yeah. All right, guys, that will be all for today's sharing. Apology that I couldn't activate my MT4, but look, we are always doing ahead of time. We prepare ourselves with CRAZII.com to settle this issue, and you can see pretty clear that it is pretty nice as a backup and very useful. Yeah, so get your CRAZII.com and use it like what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much. Take care, and just to let you know that we really want you guys to succeed in trading, and soon we will get you more and more stuff coming in. Okay, take care. Bye bye.